And now, an ad from Dad.
All right, save money on car insurance when you bundle home and auto with Progressive. Can I take these off? All right. What is this? This looks good. Wow, that's well made. Where did you get this? I'm talking to you with the hair. Yeah, where did you get this? It's good stuff. That's solid. That's not veneer, that's solid stuff.
Progressive can't save you from becoming your parents, but we can save you money when you bundle home and auto. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Discounts not available in all states or situations.
Hey everyone, this is Spence the Singing Swordsman at the Brothers Commonplace. Thanks for checking out our podcast. Just a quick disclaimer before we start. We are a comedy podcast that covers many serious events. We aren't here to purposefully offend or disrespect any of the people in our topics. But at the same time, we will be trying to make each other laugh and crack jokes. Thanks again for listening. Be good, stay safe, and laugh at the dark stuff.
All right, fellas, like we practiced.
Yeah. 2, 3, 4. Come on down. Come on down. Hanging with the brothers tonight, yeah. Come on down to the Brothers Commonplace tonight. Alrighty, welcome everyone to the Brothers Commonplace, a comedy and crime podcast where we cover monsters, murders, mysteries, and more. And today only, I want to introduce you to the band. That's you, Primo.
Oh, was that me? I thought you were going somewhere else with it.
Nope.
All right, what's going on, guys? This is Tim, or Jose Mesa, as they call me at the clubs because I can't close when it matters.
Oh my god. Fuck yeah. Dude, it has been a while since we cracked a Jose Mesa joke.
Dude, I can't believe I've never used that one.
Oh, that's good, dude. I like that. Was that against the Marlins?
Yeah.
Okay. Fuck.
97, I
That's
believe.
good
Yeah.
shit. Jose Mesa.
Hola, this is Gabriel Iglesias. And I'm fat, man, in case you didn't know that.
That was Spence.
No, this is Gabriel Iglesias.
And it's the dog. It's your boy Kev. And I got some bad news. We are all going on strike here. We will not be doing any more episodes of the podcast until men and women all get equal pay in the podcast community. It's 2018. It's horse shit. There's no reason for any of this. We should all be holding hands like the end of the Grinch. And it should all be equal. Just got some good news. All of us in the podcast community all make horse shit $0, so we're back. It's all equal. And we're ready.
Quick.
We're ready to go, guys.
I'm glad it happened that quick because since I'm Jose Mesa, I can't go on strike.
Alrighty, guys. I hope you're ready to jump in. I hope you got your shovels. You got your shovels?
Always do.
We're going to be talking today about some hidden treasures, guys. But there was only one real treasure or gold that I would ever want to find or even care about looking for or talking about, and that would be Curly's gold.
Oh, fuck yeah.
But that is unfortunately not the legend we're talking about today. No. Today we're talking about the runner-up, the second best treasure to find. Fenn treasure. That's just City Slickers.
Oh, I know what it is. I actually got really confused when you cracked the shovel joke. I thought we were going to be talking about Triple H. Golden shovel.
Since 2010, thousands and thousands of people have headed to the Rocky Mountains to try and find the hidden treasure left behind by Forrest Fenn. It is said to be anywhere between 1 million to 2 million. But before we jump in and start talking about that treasure, I want to know from you guys, if we were to go treasure hunting right now, $1 to $2 million isn't enough for me to want to go all the way out there, out west to try and find. It's a lot of money, but that's pretty far.
Gotta be something else in there.
So I want to know, what would Fenn's treasure have to include inside of it for you to want to actually go all the way out there and find it? Together as a group, all of us, what would this treasure need to have?
This is really dumb because I could probably just not spend that much money and get it off of like Amazon. But if it had Final Fantasy VII in there, I'm fucking going.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah.
That's a good fuck yeah, dude. Okay.
Yeah, I'm going.
All right, let's go. Let's do all the discs. Are they all in there?
Oh, they have to all be in there.
All right, good.
Mint condition.
That would suck to not have disc 3. Where's disc 3?
Yeah, well, fuck. I don't even want this money now.
All right, Spence, what about you, brother?
I don't know, maybe some enchiladas or...
God, no. Please, no.
All right, we'll be done with that. I don't know, maybe the Atari ET game.
Oh, fuck yeah, dude.
fuck.
That would be sweet. Anything Atari, actually.
For me to want to go out there, I mean, $1 to $2 million is awesome. Final Fantasy VII,
Oh, yeah.
ET Atari, those would all be awesome. But for me, it's got to have two things. One, obviously, a piece of the aggro crag.
Oh, fuck yes.
It's got to be in there.
Oh, yeah.
And two, any number, double digits of like the ingredient packets for Dr. Dreadful's Food Lab would be nice because I don't have any.
I don't even know what that is.
Is that one of those like little food toys?
Yeah, it was awesome.
Oh, like the little
It's like a
chem
little-
lab things?
It's like a little mad scientist, so you make little
yes.
foods with it.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm running low on that. So,
Gosh, imagine buying that on eBay.
so alrighty, before we jump into Fenn's Treasure, though, let's go ahead and talk about our honorary brother of the week. And a special shout out to our brothers from Australia and New Zealand. They were already honorary brothers, but they sent us some emails this week, and they were funny, just super funny. And then Daniels are always awesome.
Oh, yeah.
So special shout out to you guys. And then honorary brother of the week. Have I read this one? LPH367.
Damn, how they know my password?
Shit. Oh, this guy knows my password. His username is boobs69. So here is his review, or hers. Funny as hell, 5 stars. Love this podcast and listen to it at work when I'm looking for a good laugh and want to hear about theories and crimes. You guys rock.
Oh, yeah, I don't think you've read that one. That's pretty awesome, though. Definitely digging it.
So if I
That's what
have
we
read
want.
that one, I apologize. If not, thank you very much for the 5-star review.
Absolutely.
And if anyone wants to be an honorary brother, just leave us a 5-star review on iTunes or send us an email or just reach out to us. I was going to make a joke about instead of giving money to UNICEF, give it to us, but that's just a dick move.
Well,
There's no need for that.
If you are an honorary brother, we do enter your name in. There's a chance you'll win a GameCube, so just throwing that out there.
Yeah, but you got to find out that unmarked grave and dig that lady up. That's a throwback to our Tansler episode.
Yeah, it is.
So alrighty, back to the treasure, Fenn's Treasure. So far, it is yet to be claimed. No one has found it. And the only clue as to where to find it is a poem written by Forrest Fenn himself. A poem that is said to contain clues, yet still, nobody has found the treasure. So that's some crazy shit.
Yeah.
I remember when all three of us, we were originally talking about going and finding this treasure. We were at the movie theater, and we were just sitting there just talking about it. My dad, he was sitting a couple rows behind us, and he must have heard us because he said, "Do not seek the treasure." That's just an "oh brother, where art thou" joke, so let's keep going.
Fuck yeah.
So
I think we was turned into a toad.
well, he knew we were horny at least.
Oh, yes.
Fuck yeah.
So
I
I'll
could really use a quesadilla right now. If anyone wants to send me a quesadilla in the mail, you will become the honorary brother for a year straight.
fuck yeah. There's this taco place in Orlando I used to go to called Fuzzy's Tacos.
Oh, fuck
or
yeah,
just
dude.
Fuzzy Taco. I don't know. Obviously, it means a poon tank.
Oh, yeah. Let's say that sounds super sexual.
But when I was doing my my like 3-week training course for my one job down there, like, yeah, we're all gonna go get lunch at Fuzzy's Tacos. I was like, what the? And I started laughing. No one else laughed. I guess okay. I guess
Like, this is real?
I thought it was a joke. Or either that or we were going down with some chicks later, but I guess I was wrong. So, alrighty, before we get into the treasure chase, let's meet the man behind it all, Forrest Fenn, which is a sweet name.
Oh, yeah. That's awesome.
But yeah, we'll read the poem and talk about the treasure and the clues and things like that. But first, let's get to know the man behind it all. Forrest, he had the rank of major and was a fighter pilot in the United States Air Force. He flew over 300 missions in the Vietnam War, and he was awarded the Silver Star for his service.
Why the fuck's he have to be in the Vietnam War, dude? It's so hard for me
dude.
not to crack a Forrest Gump joke already.
You can if you want, dude.
There's been so many, but he's already in the Vietnam War. It just did they base this off of that?
And the Silver Star is the 3rd highest personal decoration for valor in combat. I didn't know what that was, so I figured I'd just throw that out there for you guys. And he grew up in the hill country town of Temple, Texas. And as he got older, he felt an awareness that to his father, he was a big disappointment. So I feel you there, bud. We can't relate on, military or actually doing something for your country, but right here, I feel you. Feel you there, buddy.
I heard afterwards he just got really pissed, and he's like, you know what? I'm going home to Greenbow, Alabama.
And here's a quote from him about his father. Quote, "I didn't think I was very smart, but I didn't have to be smart to figure out that my parents weren't really proud of me." So that's like a super fucking sad thing to say.
Oh, yeah.
And I can understand having those thoughts, but saying it out loud for the first time, if I ever like seriously said that out loud to myself the first time, I'd be like, well, this is the end.
Yeah.
You know?
Who was he like talking to? Like who quoted that?
One thing about this guy is he says a lot of stuff, and I don't know how I feel about him, honestly.
Yeah.
Like a lot of, like I haven't seen online anyone say that they don't like him
Mm.
or anything like that, but I'm really not a big fan of him. Just the stuff he says kind of annoys me. Like I feel like he just says stuff to say sometimes. Like such as this next thing I'm going to mention.
Let's hear it.
He said that when he was a kid, he used to collect bottle caps. And one day his father came into his room and saw that he had like a small bottle cap collection all over in his room. So his father, he went around to all the nearby gas stations and gathered up hundreds, possibly thousands of caps.
Nice.
He brought them home and gave them to Forrest. But Forrest said that his father doing this made him lose interest.
Oh, come
so he
on,
stopped
man.
collecting them.
Well, you know what? He's going to be fucking poor in Fallout now, so.
So like
So good.
on one hand I can kind of understand it, but it's like, yeah, like you have a shit ton of them now, so maybe the fun in collecting them's gone.
Yeah, but that was super nice
But
what his dad to do.
It seems like his dad was trying here at least.
Yeah.
Either that or he's like pulling the move that the Squid's dad did in Rocket Power,
Oh, that
where he
bitch.
didn't pay attention to him, so he just bought him all hockey gear.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know. It kind of sounded like his dad was trying there.
Maybe that's why his parents weren't proud of him, is because he didn't keep up with the bottle cap collection.
You piece of shit. You're lucky you're not a bastard. Collect these bottle caps. He actually, never mind, I was going to make a joke about him collecting the candies instead. But actually, what he started collecting instead is he started collecting string after this. So that's pretty fun. Until one day, he found himself an arrowhead. And this was the very first artifact that he found, and it got him hooked. And it's been mentioned a lot, like if you look into stories about him. But he's really into finding arrowheads. And he said like he would go to locations where there were wars fought, like in World War II, and he would find like different artifacts and stuff from the wars, and then he would also find arrowheads. And he said it's kind of cool because you're finding artifacts that were from wars fought on top of previous wars, and he said it was just kind of really interesting and got him hooked in finding that shit.
Dude, I have an arrowhead story.
Let's hear it.
So, do you guys remember Kosai?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
That fucking place in the science
Yeah.
or science museum
That
type
place
place.
was
So,
the shit.
Yeah.
So, I had this like $10 like arrowhead necklace that it clearly wasn't an actual arrowhead. It was just like a stupid necklace.
It was made out of soup.
It probably.
Doesn't make sense.
So on the bus to Kosai, this kid who was he was a nice kid in school. He was just kind of dumb, but he had a Game Boy, and I had that necklace, and he traded me the Game Boy for it. And my mom made me give it back.
What a fucking
Yeah.
idiot.
I
dude.
came home with this Game Boy. She's like, I didn't buy you that. I was like, no, this kid traded me that necklace for it. She's like,
Holy
you got to
shit.
give that back to him. But yeah, that reminded me of that.
This story isn't like that at all, but I remember this one kid, and he was a dickhead. His name was Chad, so it's no surprise.
Absolutely. Yeah, I was like, we know who it is.
And in school, he used to wear this necklace. And then later on, I learned that it was the necklace that came with the VHS copy of Free Willy 3. So, fuck you, Chad. I know your secret, and that necklace was stupid as fuck, and so are you. Alrighty.
Holy shit, dude! Who like wants people to know
Fuck
that they
that
bought
movie.
that movie? Fuck yeah, fuck any of
That
those
movie
movies.
fucking sucked. The first one's not bad.
I
dude.
don't like even the first
Damn.
one. But I'm sorry, I don't like
What
the
a-
kid. I fucking hate the
Sing
kid.
a song from that
Yeah.
recently?
Yeah, I mean,
Why?
I like Michael Jackson.
Then why do you keep reenacting the fucking the whale jump with me then? So Fenn, he barely graduated high school, and he felt like he had no direction. He didn't know what to do with himself, so that is why he ended up joining the military. And here's another quote from him. I told myself that if I was going to compete in that environment, I couldn't do it intellectually, but I could out-hustle all these guys.
Okay,
So
yeah,
that's like a mentality this guy has.
Yeah, I already don't like him from the first two quotes, man.
And the thing is like, you don't see anywhere online about people that really don't like him.
Yeah,
He just, I mean, I did handpick these quotes, but he just says a lot of shit that annoys me. So he ended up spending 20 years in the military. He earned a bunch of medals. He spent 348 days over in Vietnam.
Jesus.
However, his time in Vietnam would haunt him forever. And he had a constant nightmare where the government would one day tell him exactly how many people that he killed while over there. So that was his nightmare, that the government would confront him and be like, you killed this many people.
Yeah, that's all he had to say about the war in Vietnam.
And that's... I'll really have to pee. Lieutenant Dan, ice cream.
The only Vietnam vet ever is Forrest Gump.
Yeah, I did have a fucking First Blood Rambo joke earlier,
dude.
but
You should have
couldn't
used
do it
it.
because then I would get emotional thinking about that movie.
I mean, that
It's
is
so
true.
good.
That is true.
And once he left the military, he moved his family to New Mexico, and he became an art dealer. He was extremely good at this, too. He would take undervalued paintings, and he would flip them and charge, like, thousands and thousands more doing it.
Damn.
Like, sometimes 6 digits more, they said.
Holy shit.
And this is all while he originally didn't know anything about art or the field. He just knew how to outwork and to out hustle people. So, like, he worked really hard at it, and he would buy like anything and then try to flip it.
Had to have been like a really charismatic guy to be able to sell that kind of stuff to.
Yeah, and if you can like watch interviews and stuff with him too and listen to him talk, he is an interesting guy to talk to.
Yeah.
To talk to, like I fucking talked to him.
I
ran into him at the fucking hometown buffet and because of his art dealings, he would find himself later to be worth millions and millions of dollars. And he would eventually sell his art dealership, and then he began working with more art, but this time it was with artifacts. And he would sell and trade artifacts. He had a lot of celebrity clients also, so he ended up making and being worth a ton of money doing all this shit.
Do you know any like the specific celebrities?
I can't remember now, but I remember seeing some pictures of the people he did. And you can see interviews where they show his house, and every wall has tons of artifacts and shit hanging up on there. He has an awesome house, has a bunch of cool shit in there.
Yeah, I'm gonna pretend one of them was Sally Field.
It probably was,
Yeah,
dude.
the mom from
It had to be. So, alrighty, the actual treasure. The treasure is said to be worth anywhere between $1 and $2 million. However, it's going to be worth more as time goes on because it's all about like inflation, things like that. And the actual chest is nearly a square foot in size. It's 10 by 10 by 6 and weighs about 42 pounds. So the chest alone is about 20 pounds, and then the treasure inside is like 22 pounds.
Damn.
And the bronze chest is a treasure all on its own. It's said to be from around 1150 AD. And he originally purchased it for $25,000.
Holy crap!
So like, even if you went out and like you're like, fuck, the chest is empty, someone stole it.
still got
This
the
fucking
chest.
is worth more than anything I've ever owned. Or
especially now, because I mean, if you can prove that it's the chest, from that's gonna be worth so much to like a collector or whatever.
Fuck, I'm not even proud. I was trying to think of making a joke about how that chest is like so valuable. It's not even funny because it's so lame. It's just gonna be a joke about Pam Anderson's chest being worth more, and it's not funny at all.
I knew a boob joke was coming from one of us.
So inside the treasure chest, there was a bracelet made of Mayan gold beads. There's also 265 gold coins, mostly of old American eagle and double eagles.
Holy crap.
Hundreds of gold nuggets, 2 of which weigh over a pound each. 2 golden frogs that are over 900 years old.
Jesus.
There's also a bunch of gems, a jar of gold dust from the California Gold Rush days.
Nice.
And lastly, an autographed copy of his book titled The Thrill of the Chase, which how the fuck do you want that?
I feel like that's the least thing.
The poem and the clues are in that book, but it's like, here's my autograph also. I don't know, I think that's lame. That last part is just like, come on, dude, you don't need to put
like,
that
I feel
in
like
there.
if somebody's like, oh, this is kind of heavy, they're just going to throw that fucking book out.
So that's the treasure, and it's hidden out there in the Rocky Mountains somewhere. But one of the first questions is, like, why did he go through all the trouble of hiding it? Like, why the fuck did he put $1 to $2 million worth of treasure and just go hide it in the Rocky Mountains?
If Luca Magnotta had the money, he would have done it.
Well, here's what we know. In 1988, Forrest was diagnosed with cancer, and he was told that he had a very hard uphill battle ahead of him. And 2 years prior to this, his father had also been diagnosed with advanced cancer. This is advanced. Never mind. That was going to be a SpongeBob joke.
Yeah, I know.
Like Advanced Dungeons and Cancer.
I don't even know what that is. I don't get it.
Earlier edition of Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh, gotcha.
So his father found out 2 years prior that he had advanced cancer, And his father ended up taking his own life because of this by downing a bunch of sleeping pills. Like, he wanted to go out on his own terms.
Yeah.
These are my terms, cancer. I don't know. That sucks.
I mean, I feel like that's the least painful way to do it.
Yeah.
No, you're just sleeping.
Like the older lady in Deep Impact that kills herself so she doesn't get smashed by the meteor.
I would go out like the captain in the Titanic.
Oh,
That'd be
just
fucking
just
awesome, dude.
waiting, just standing there with it.
Come at me, glass and water. Prove to me. I don't know where I'm going. Okay.
I mean, that guy was probably had like a week to live anyway. He's like 187, so. Just some old guy.
Forrest, he then came up with an idea. At the age of 58, he was going to kind of take the same path that his father did, but he was going to spice it up a little bit. So he was going to buy a treasure chest, fill it with riches, and then hide it for people to find. He would also write a poem that was full of clues, and then after he hid the chest at his favorite location on Earth, he would lie next to it, take a bunch of sleeping pills, and end his life on his own terms, resting next to the chest.
Why didn't he do it?
However, he needed to write an autobiography with the poem inside of it and have somebody publish it, because otherwise there'd be no point in hiding all this treasure if nobody knew where it was.
True.
But then something happened that completely foiled his plans. He survived the cancer. But he had already spent time filling up the treasure chest, and he didn't want that idea to go unused because he fell in love with the idea of hiding it. So for the next 20 years, he kept the chest on his desk in the vault of his home in Santa Fe, covering it with nothing but a red bandana. So this was a long-ass time ago when he originally had this idea, and then he kind of just put it on his desk and forgot about it in a way.
This is random, but every time you hear Santa Fe, do you think of Casper? Because that's where the girl and what Bill Pullman moved from.
Oh.
And she says it when she's in class. I don't know why.
No, I
I
didn't,
always
but
think
I
of
do
that.
now.
Yeah. All right.
Then in 2010, he finally did it. He went out there and he hid the treasure chest. He drove his car somewhere into the Rocky Mountains. Then he took 2 trips from his car to take the chest somewhere to hide. And all of this was done in one day and one afternoon. 2 walking trips. And he's like fucking like 80 years old at this point.
Yeah, no, Jesus.
So whenever people are looking for it, that is one clue that they pay attention to.
He couldn't have gone far.
That he walked there and back 2 trips in one afternoon, and he's fucking 80 years old,
Yeah.
so it couldn't be somewhere too far.
Jesus.
This took you 80 years to achieve.
Oh, is that
The second Ace Ventura.
Oh, okay.
When he they try to get Ace to leave, like all those fucking monks, and he says he'll give him his medallion.
Yeah.
And he's like, this took you 80 years to achieve. He's like, it's okay, I don't like it anymore. Just because they didn't want him to stay there anymore.
I was thinking it was that like best joke ever thing from Family Guy where they just burn it.
Oh, no. I thought you were about to say a different joke.
Which one
What was yours?
Oh, it was like when you said this took you 80 years to achieve. Like there was an episode of Family Guy where they had like the best joke ever or whatever, and the guy's like, "This took me so long," and then they just light it on fire.
Oh, yeah, okay. No, I thought you were doing the your mom's so fat she got a flesh-eating virus. The doctor gave her 80 years to live. It's so dumb and not funny. So the next step in Forrest's plan was to print and publish the book. And he said he originally only printed 1,000 copies. And inside the book was his poem with the clues and where to find it. And we'll get to the poem very shortly. And now his reason for doing all this, because like, okay, you're doing this.
Yeah.
You're putting treasure out there, but why? And his reason for doing this, one of them was because the country was going into a recession and he wanted to give people hope.
Okay. I mean, I feel like that really doesn't give people
All of
hope,
his
but-
ideas are like about 83% thought through.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing is like when you research this guy, everyone is like, oh, he's a fucking wordsmith wizard. He's a master of the double entendre and like about how everything he speaks has meaning to it and stuff. But it's like all these quotes I read about him sound like 90% bullshit.
Yeah.
And sound like it's from someone who thinks they're a genius, but they're not.
It's almost like he's trying to sound like he's doing something good, but really, you're not.
And I really don't see this opinion online. I don't know. I mean, there's like a giant rabbit hole to research this shit, but I don't see a lot of people who are like, yeah, I don't really like this guy.
Yeah.
So here's a quote from him.
Well, now there's us.
Yes. Stand alone. So here's his quote. I wanted to give the kids something to do, Fenn said. They spend too much time.
All of them.
All of them. Not just the women. They spend too much time in the game room or playing with their little handheld texting machines. I hope parents will take their children camping and hiking in the Rocky Mountains. I hope they will fish, look for fossils, turn rotten logs over and see what's under them, and look for my treasure. So that's his quote. In one hand, it's like, okay, that's cool. You want people getting out there and stuff.
Yeah.
He should have just invented Pokemon Go.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Also, was this in 2010?
Yes, that's when the treasure was first put out there.
You just couldn't say phone. Like,
know.
did you fucking forget the name of that handheld texting machine?
When I read this, it just made me think of Ted Denso from Basketball.
Okay.
And their Pac-Man video games.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But the thing about this quote is just like every generation says this about the younger about like the next coming generation.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, they spend too much time in the game room.
Oh, yeah.
Or they spend too much time doing this. But every generation has their version of this.
Too much time in those opium dens.
Too much time just fucking hitting horseshoes with a hammer. Fucking get out there, kids. Stop dying from the plague. So that's his goal. He wants people to get out there and give them a sense of adventure like he had when he was younger.
Yeah.
And on that hand, I get it. That's cool. Like, I like that idea. That's fine.
yeah.
But it's just like he has to put the reasoning behind. Like, I want him out of the game room. Yeah, I think I hear the asteroids machine call my name from the game room.
Oh, fuck yeah. But no, I agree with Spence. Pokemon Go would have been a better idea.
That would have been it.
Yeah.
That did way more than this.
Oh, yeah. Way better idea.
So at first glance, some people may think, okay, this is obviously just a made-up story he's doing to sell his book. But the dude is a millionaire. He doesn't need any money. And on top of that, all the money he makes from selling the books all go to charity.
Oh, well, that's kind of cool.
So that's cool, too.
Yeah.
Because at first, if I found someone's like, yeah, I'm writing a book. Inside it, there's directions to a treasure I buried.
Like, you just want to buy the
you're
book.
a liar.
Yeah, yeah.
But no, so all that goes to charity. And also, don't try to buy the book on Amazon because if you want to buy it new, it's like $600.
Oh, fuck yeah.
And a used one is like $250.
Jesus.
But I think you can buy them on his site whenever they're able to, whenever they print them for like $35 or something. And Forrest says that the poem has the most clues. However, there may be tiny little bits of clues in the book that may help. And he also has a second book titled Too Far to Walk. So the first book is titled The Thrill of the Chase.
Oh, nice.
And that is the one that has the poem and the clues and stuff in it.
Yeah.
So, alrighty, here's the poem. And this poem gets read on everything about this guy. So you've probably heard it a million times. And this poem is full of 9 clues that he said should take you to the treasure.
All right, let's see if we can catch him.
As I have gone alone in there, and with my treasures bold, I can keep my secret where, a hint of riches new and old. Begin it where warm waters halt, and take it in the canyon down. Not far, but too far to walk, put in below the home of Brown. From there, it's no place for the meek, the end is ever drawing nigh. There'll be no paddle up your creek, just heavy loads and water high. If you've been wise and found the blaze, look quickly down your quest to seize, but tarry scant with marvel gaze, just take the chest and go in peace. So why is it that I must go and leave my trove for all to seek? The answers I already know, I've done it tired and now I'm weak. So hear me all and listen good, your effort will be worth the cold. If you are brave and in the wood, I give you title to the gold. That poem to me just sounds like someone who is like, okay, I made this poem with all these clues. To me, when I read it, it's like this guy thinks he's a genius and like he's made this treasure map in the form of this poem. Me reading it sounds like it wouldn't mean anything to anyone but him.
Yeah.
You know, like, and people break down this poem for clues. I mean, thousands and thousands, like over 300,000 people have gone to this location following this poem, trying to find this treasure.
Yeah, I actually deciphered it while you were talking. It's actually at Circle K. So just
Strange things are afoot at the Circle
just
K.
throwing that out there.
It's either there or at Hometown Buffet. I guarantee it's at one of
you
those.
did see him there, so he was there. He may have dropped it off.
It's either there or in the fucking pool at the YMCA. 'Cause I'm sure those are the only places he probably goes to. So, yes, somewhere in that poem, Forrest has said that there are 9 main clues that will lead you right to the treasure.
No.
And he also posted in one book a picture of a map, and he said, like, the treasure is somewhere here. The map has 4 fucking states in it. So
Oh, Jesus
thanks for
Christ.
the,
Yeah,
thanks for the
cool.
fucking heads up.
Cool, thanks, guy.
So, yeah, it's somewhere in the Rockies. It's either in New Mexico, Colorado, Wyoming, or Montana.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I don't even know where. Oh, my God.
And it's also located above 5,000 feet, but below 10,200 feet. And I feel like these numbers he kind of just gives out. Okay, so he's also given other clues. So we're going to go back and go through the 9 clues.
Yeah.
But he's also given some other ones throughout the years, such as it's at least 8.25 miles north of Santa Fe. Like, why did he say 8? Like that? I don't know if
So it's at least 8.
It's at least 8.25 miles north of Santa Fe.
There's a lot of things that are at least 8.25 miles north of that.
Yeah.
It's not in a graveyard. It's not in an outhouse, and it has no association with any man-made structures. It's not in a mine, tunnel, or cave. Where warm waters halt is not a dam. And don't go where an 80-year-old man couldn't go. And also they said it's a seasonal search since it's above 5,000 feet. Just about all the search area will be impacted by snow.
Absolutely.
So as the elevation increases, the search season decreases. And also, he says it's not in close proximity to a human trail. All these quotes are just like, you could probably see the moon at night. Thanks, man. I think I fucking know where the treasure is, dude. Here's a quote he says. If I was standing where the treasure chest is, I see trees. I see mountains. I see animals. I'll smell wonderful smells of pine needles or, I don't know, pinion nuts, sagebrush, and I know the treasure chest is wet.
See, that's his whole point right there is you don't know what those fucking nuts are called. And that's because you just sit on your portable handheld video or texting machines.
Yeah.
I did decipher the end of it. I know the treasure chest is wet, so it must be watching Wild Things.
Oh, yeah, it is. It's wet and hard.
Fuck yeah. And he also said, like, yeah, he made 2 trips from his car to the hiding place, and it was done in one afternoon. And it is wet, but it's not in water, he said, and it's not buried.
So it's just fucking sitting somewhere.
So, I mean, I understand, like, obviously he can't just come out and say where it's at, otherwise that would defeat the whole purpose of it.
Yeah.
But there is a general consensus on what the 9 clues are. However, even that is all up for debate because you have no fucking idea. You could be completely wrong. Because after all, the treasure still has never been found. And everyone that claims these are the 9 clues, I know what the clues are, but yeah, you still haven't found it.
Yeah, so you're wrong.
And Fenn, he doesn't believe it has been found because no one has ever posted pictures or videos showing evidence that they have, although many people have claimed to have found it, but they never give proof. All right, so he has said that the first clue is where warm waters halt. And he mentions in the book a lot that he loved going to Yellowstone as a kid. So some people say, well, maybe it's at Yellowstone, like with geysers and shit. Maybe that could be a clue.
Yeah.
But Yellowstone's a national park. Like, you can't just leave shit or take anything from there. It's illegal. So this is pissing off a bunch of rangers and shit because you got people showing up with shovels digging around.
He said it's not buried, you fuckers.
So that's the first clue, though, that they believe, where warm waters halt.
Yeah.
So that could mean, like, anything.
Oh, yeah.
The second one is canyon down, too far to walk.
He's talking about the wrestler, though.
So, yeah, so Canyon, he's down because he took his own life.
Yeah, he's dead, so...
I didn't know he was gay.
Yeah, I remember seeing something about that.
I had no idea.
Were you talking about Canyon or Tooth?
So canyon down, too far to walk. Some speculate that you come to a canyon and you should be able to see the location where it's at, but it would be too far to walk because you can't walk across the canyon. It's all speculation, and they're so bland. Every clue is so fucking bland.
I mean, that makes sense, but yeah, I mean...
It's interesting.
It is.
I kind of want to go.
Let's do it.
It would definitely be fun.
It would be fun.
Yeah, dangerous, but it would be fun.
And he also says it's not anywhere dangerous. So don't go anywhere dangerous. But then again, one thing is, yeah, he's 80 years old, but he's also in Vietnam, and he was also like in the military for 20 years, and he grew up doing all this outdoor shit. Third clue. This is my favorite one. Put in below. That's dirty, so that's kind of fun. Home of Brown. And Brown is capitalized.
Nice.
So this could be a lot of things.
Definitely anal sex.
It just makes me think a lot of anal sex.
Yeah.
Or for some reason, I think of burnt hash browns.
All right. Yeah, I mean, it makes sense.
But some people think
Down hash browns.
Down hash browns think capital B on Brown. Maybe there's, I can't remember if there's like a river or some location that has like the name Brown in it or something. Or there's like an old explorer who came through named Brown, or
their last name or something.
Or maybe there's a place where there's a bunch of brown bears, or
brown people,
or Cleveland's I was just gonna say Cleveland's family might have moved around here somewhere.
Oh yeah, Cleveland Brown.
And here's the rest of the clues.
Or Cleveland football fans.
Oh my God! Yeah, we got no place here to go but up.
Yeah, that's
so
true.
Find us in the sky, baby.
It is hard to find us. There's not many of us.
We are here. I've been here the whole time. We're like if you throw like a big rock into some tall grass and the fireflies come out. That's us, but we're Browns fans. I don't know where I'm going with that. All right, so I'm just going to read the next 4 clues. No place for the meek. End is ever drawing nigh. No paddle up your creek. Heavy loads water high. Blaze and cease. So I don't know. Those are what people think the 9 clues are in the poem, but obviously no one knows because it's been 7-8 years and no one's found shit.
Oh yeah.
Man, we ain't found shit.
Oh fuck yeah, it's Spaceballs.
Yeah, what we really need is some proof that it really exists.
Yeah, that's one thing. We'll talk about that, whether or not it actually exists or not.
Yeah.
But he gets like hundreds of emails a day, and he'll usually go through and he said try to reply to all of them. He won't give any hints or things like that. But he has said that based on people's emails and locations they said they've been, he said that people have come as close as 200 to 500 feet away from the treasure.
Yeah, I remember seeing that.
So what makes this such a controversial mystery and thing that really gets people talking and want to go finding treasure? Well,
it turns out that the real treasure was just friendship the whole time.
Oh my god.
That, you know what? That is actually a theory.
Or True Love's first kiss.
Because True Love's first kiss. Because he talks about wanting people to get together, and that's what he says. It's all about getting families and stuff together. Well, the name of his book is The Thrill of the Chase, or something like that. And people speculate and think that the actual treasure is just the adventure and chase finding it. But yeah, so that's one of the main things is there's no real evidence or proof that this treasure even exists. I mean, he does have pictures in his book of the chest, and family and friends have said that they've seen the chest, but no one knows where it's buried or not buried, but where it's hidden, or even if he did hide it. So
I was just going to crack a boob joke, but
he just put it inside one of those one of those bears from Wild America where you can almost see the zipper.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah. I did think about Wild America a lot this episode, dude.
Yeah. Wild America was the shit.
It's so good.
That was a treasure in its own right there.
I would rather just, if I had to choose between finding the treasure or walking into the cave when they ripped that fart, I would walk into the cave when they ripped that fart. Hands down. So another thing that makes this controversial, besides the fact that we don't know if it even exists, is that 4 people have actually died while trying to find the treasure.
Yeah.
The first one, his name's Randy Billieu or something like that. I shouldn't have said it like that. This dude died. Sorry.
I mean, that was
Randy.
how he, if he was telling you his name, that's how he would have said it.
I'm pretty sure that's how everyone who's named Randy talks.
Yeah.
Randy. Do I make you Randy?
Oh, yeah.
He was 54 years old. He went missing in January 2016. And on the 14th of January, his ex filed a missing person report. And the next day, his raft and dog were found. However, his body wouldn't be found until July.
Wow.
And his ex believed that the treasure is a hoax, and she blames his death on this because he was chasing ghosts, chasing false hopes.
You know what, bitch, you got dumped, so don't worry about it.
She's like, unless you give me that treasure, baby, then I'll say it wasn't a hoax, Forrest.
Yeah, and you better fucking have told the dog that he was a good boy.
He's a good boy. Tell him he's a good boy. So the autopsy showed that Randy had no broken bones or skeletal injuries. So it is kind of a mystery on how he actually died.
Yeah.
And his ex-wife says this, quote, I do think that Randy's mind was manipulated, or else he never would have done what he did. I do think that Randy died chasing an illusion.
I don't know why. I just hate the fact that it's his ex-wife saying this
Yeah,
stuff.
I know. Because it's like,
shut up, bitch.
yeah,
Yeah.
shut up, bitch.
You probably fucking cheated on him, and you're probably trying to sue, Forrest to get some money out of him.
And that's what Forrest...
Leave Forrest alone.
And I think that's kind of what Forrest thinks, too, is like, it sucks that people died trying to do this, but people die hiking, swimming, doing all this stuff. It sucks that they died while on this, but it's dangerous whether you're out there looking for treasure or you're just out there hiking anyways or rafting, whatever you're doing.
Yeah.
People die from just sitting. It's called heart disease.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So
And I mean, how old was the guy that?
54.
Yeah, I mean, if he wasn't healthy, easily could have just had a bad heart or something.
So I don't blame Forrest for any of these deaths. Honestly, I really don't see how you can.
Well, I heard she tried to show up at his house to try to hand him a subpoena, yeah, dude, I'm taking you to court. And he was like, I'm not used to saying this to other people, but you better run, bitch.
Gosh.
So many Forrest Gump jokes.
And during the search for his body, his ex-wife contacted Fenn many times about having him call off the treasure hunt. But Forrest, he refused, saying it would be unfair to all the people that have spent time and money looking for it. So the hunt stays on. Also, the park rangers are always trying to get him to get the treasure out of there.
But they don't know where it is.
Right. They're trying to get Forrest. They're like, yeah, we want you to call this off and get your treasure out of there. Tell people to quit looking for it. Because people are going to Yellowstone. I'm sure they're not treating it very well.
Yeah.
Going there.
But are they sure it's in Yellowstone?
No, they don't. But I mean, that's where thousands and thousands of people are going.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
But at the same time, the towns and stuff, this is good tourism. It's bringing people in to all these states, and money's flowing for hotels and shit. I mean, if 300,000 people have already gone here, I'm sure that's bringing a lot of money to those states.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Alrighty. So, death number 2, Jeff Murphy. He fell 500 feet while searching for the treasure in Yellowstone National Park.
I guess the Walmart gas stations are called Murphy.
That's that's the joke that we have.
Alrighty.
Yeah. I appreciate that, Spence.
Casualty number 3, Paris Wallace. He was a pastor, and he told his family that he was searching for the treasure, and then he later failed to show up at a family meeting. His car was found parked, and his body was then found about 7 miles downstream.
That guy.
I feel like family meetings are mostly things that happen in
Cults?
sitcoms.
Oh.
Yeah. Either
Family
one of
meeting
those.
or the real world when they gotta kick people off.
Yeah. His name was Paris Wallace?
Paris Wallace.
All right. That dude was going to be a porn star.
That is
point.
a fucking porn star name,
Yeah.
dude.
If he wasn't a porn star, somebody's going to steal that name and be a porn star.
So yeah, he told his family he was out looking for treasure, and then they never saw him again. And our last casualty, Eric Ashby. He was only 31. He was last seen on June 28th rafting on the Arkansas River. His body would later be found upstream on July 28th, and the raft was overturned. So the raft flipped, and he never made it out after that.
Wait,
Oh,
so his
sorry,
raft
dude.
was found upstream from where he was?
No, his body was later found upstream.
How did it get upstream?
I have no idea. That's what the
Perhaps 1,000 little mice dragged his body
Or
upstream.
1,000 fish.
or maybe that thing happened from Indiana Jones, or maybe the raft was kind of like a parachute. Let's just continue.
Like Temple of Doom? When they jump out of the plane? with the
I was
raft?
gonna say that, but somehow it carried him upstream.
All right.
So there is kind of something funny. He was not that guy that died.
Mm.
Obviously.
No, that's not funny at all.
Forrest was talking about he gets calls and emails all the time, and he always has to call the police and
Oh,
block
fuck yeah.
numbers.
Nice.
And he said that one time someone just straight up called me and said, "Tell me where the treasure is, or I'll fucking kill you."
Oh, I'm surprised that's only happened once.
I know. And now, unfortunately, my dad's no longer allowed to use the internet. So.
I was going to say, now we figured out it was your dad. I was going to say, because if it happened recently, Toof isn't here for this podcast. So
as far as Friends Treasure go, if you look it up online, it is a giant rabbit hole. There's tons of blogs, videos, Facebook groups, everything you can imagine about this. there's stuff online about it, like people breaking down the clues, showing maps, and there's always people that are like, I figured it out, I cracked it, this is what it means. But yeah,
But no, you didn't. Yeah, you don't have the fucking treasure. No, you didn't.
All right, so as far as Fenn's treasure go, what do you guys think? Do you think it's real and really out there, or do you think that it's a hoax?
Surprisingly, I do think it's real.
Yeah.
I don't think he has a reason to do it if it's not real. I mean, if he was just trying to get some kind of like, notoriety or, just to get people to talk about him, dude was already, a millionaire before this?
Yeah.
I don't think he has a reason to do it, especially if he's given the book sales to charity. So I think it's real. I don't think he gave enough for anybody to find it.
See, I think it's real also, but like I said, the poem clues, I don't think anyone but him, I don't think any of those clues would matter to anyone but him.
Yeah.
I think he would be the only one that would be able to understand this.
Like, I think he should write another poem, maybe with like a little bit more.
I think the only way someone's going to find this is by accident, honestly.
Yeah. I'm surprised that hasn't happened, actually.
And so, yeah, I do think it's real. I don't know why exactly he did it. Like, I don't think it's all about, like, I just want people to have adventure together. I mean, it's not for money either. I don't know. He doesn't seem like someone that has, like, an ego, but and it's a weird attention to try to get. I don't know if he just likes talking with people, conversing with people, because, I mean, he gets hundreds of emails a day. I don't know if he's just bored or something. I really don't know.
I don't know. I mean, how old is he now?
Like 86 or something?
Jesus Christ. Because now at this point, he can't even go walk and get it. So somebody's got to fucking find that.
Yeah.
If it exists, because he's not going to be able to go get it.
And I think he had a quote where he said, like, once the inflation made it, like, over, like, 10 million or something, he'd go get it.
If he's alive for that.
Yeah, which he wouldn't be, probably.
Yeah, there's no way.
He could point it out to us on Google Earth. The guy, just picture this old guy like on Google Earth, like, okay, turn it around. Oh, that's Europe, dude. Okay. But so he took his car. It would have to be somewhere close enough to a road that he could get there wearing those leg braces.
Holy shit, man! Yeah, he hasn't run him off yet.
So I think the best way to find it would be, don't do this, but like find out where he lives. Drive a little ways from there. I mean, you have no idea where he stopped at to do this, but drive from there and then walk. Like, it's got to be closer to where he lives rather than further away.
Yeah,
That's what I would think.
Yeah.
And some people speculate, well, it's probably somewhere that meant a lot to him, because I don't know, because if he was originally planning on dying next to it, it wouldn't just be a random spot.
Yeah.
But the only places he really mentions are Yellowstone, and then I think he also mentioned it wasn't there. I don't know if he did or not, but for some reason I thought he mentioned it wasn't in Yellowstone.
Did they check Jenny's house after they broke all those windows?
No, because they took didn't they level that house?
They did. Damn it.
So
cuts that one out, Forrest.
The most beautiful name in the whole wide world.
But speaking of Jenny, I think we did figure out the home of Brown. That's not even funny. I was trying to think of a joke about her being a slut.
She was a slut. She gave him fucking AIDS.
So, as far as Forrest Fenn goes, I don't know why. I'm sure he's a good dude. It seems like he's a nice guy and everything, but I just don't like the way he says stuff. Like, here's a couple more quotes that he says that are kind of douchey.
Yeah.
Fenn has said that he hopes the person who finds his treasure is a, quote, a redneck from Texas who's lost his job with a pickup truck and 12 kids and a wife to support. The people who actually search for the chest, though, are markedly different. Why is that who you want? You want a guy who fucking has 12 kids that can't support him, but they keep having more kids?
I will fucking move to Texas. I will have 12 kids and then suck at my job till I get fired. And if I call this motherfucker up, he's going to tell me where it's at. Like, all right, I'm exactly what you said. So, tell me where it's at.
He just hopes that the magic of the universe brings you to the treasure.
Oh, yeah.
To reward you for being such a person who's good at making decisions.
That is normally how life works for unemployed people. So
true. Life just magically fixes their problem.
Life finds a way.
Oh, God. See, you would think he'd be like, I want someone who's like really good, a really nice person, a kind soul.
Yeah.
But this doesn't, when I hear a redneck from Texas who's lost his job, no offense, but I find that as someone who like got fired, who showed up drunk. When I hear redneck from Texas,
that motherfucker showed up drunk. Yeah,
like I don't feel like it was Like, oh, I was framed. I got framed, and I lost my job because I was framed. No,
Yeah.
I think you showed up drinking PBR like 4 days in a row and got fired. And then when I hear 12
Just because
kids,
of your choice of PBR.
That's right.
12 kids and a wife to support, that makes me think of, there's no way to say this. It's just like, sometimes you have like the trashy, I feel bad saying, but like the trashy family who has way too many kids.
Oh, yeah.
Even though they can't
should
support
stop. Yeah.
one,
Yeah.
they have more and
Oh,
more
yeah.
and more.
Oh, yeah.
I think of it like that.
Hey, one of them may end up like a Hollywood kid. Hollywood kids. That's just a Family Guy joke.
Oh. Here's another quote, guys. My advice to everybody today is this. If you're not happy in your marriage and you're not happy in your job, slam the door and walk away.
Dude, what the fuck is with this guy and being
That's
unemployed?
not a fucking option, dude.
Yeah.
If you're worth millions and millions of dollars, yeah, you can do that. But you can't. That's not a fucking real option, guy.
Yeah, we know somebody who probably wasn't happy in their marriage and may have left their job, and that person fucking died, and his
Yeah,
ex-wife is trying to sue you.
He fucking. I was just gonna say, dude. He fell off a fucking 500-foot rock cliff trying to find her goddamn treasure, Forrest.
Yeah, you fucking
And
asshole.
Forrest is like, yeah, imitate that guy.
Can this legit just be that he fucking hates marriage? Or I just don't, is he Barney Stinson? Like,
Here's
he just hates marriage?
here. The quote's not over there. Here we go.
Oh my god.
It's so much fun to start over again. I've never been divorced, but I've done a lot of things. One of my rules when I was a kid was that I didn't want to do anything for more than 15 years. And my reason is that there is so many good things to do and not very many 15s. I had to go to school for high school. I had to graduate. I was in the Air Force for 20 years, so I violated some of my rules. But I think it's good advice. I don't care how good you are in your job and how much you enjoy it. After 15 years, you should go do something else.
What if you're a fucking doctor?
Dude, that's next part of the quote. I see doctors and lawyers that are 85 years old and still going to the office every day with a coat and tie on, and it just makes me shake my head. I'm sorry, dude. If I'm a fucking doctor, I'm not going to give it all up after 15 years because I'm doing what I spent my whole life training for, and I'm making a shitload of money.
Oh, yeah, you're making over $100K a year, and you fucking went to school for that and had to pay a fucking shit ton of money to fucking go to school for that. You're not going to quit after 15. 15 years is nothing for a career.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
This guy's a moron.
See, that's why I hate this kind of stuff. Like,
Yeah.
these quotes just make him sound like he just starts talking to where he tries to seem like he's really above other people intelligent-wise, and then he just says this shit, and it comes off where it's like, I don't think he meant to say all the way this stuff came out.
It's weird. At this point, we have him saying how he wants to have a Texan who is unemployed and has 12 kids find his treasure, and then his next quote is him talking about how you should quit your job and how change is so good.
And here's the next one. The newest Ghostbusters movie is the best one.
All right,
I
well,
made that
God-
up. I made that part up. Yeah. Okay, sorry, guys.
Sorry, I was about to get up and leave.
Here's the next one, though. The newest Ghostbusters movie is fucking phenomenal. I'm just joking.
Get off of Andrew's Facebook and keep going. So,
All right, guys, I got one more quote. If I have an advantage over anyone, it's that I think a lot. So I told myself that from now on, I was going to wake up at 7 in the morning, lay in bed till 8, and think. Yeah, dude, if I was a fucking millionaire and I didn't have to work, I would love to just hang out in bed all morning and think about shit.
also, you're old as shit, so it takes you that long to fucking get up anyway.
But
so.
I can't because I got no job now. I got fucking 12 kids to raise. I can't find her goddamn treasure.
Yeah.
Keep getting attacked by scorpions. I keep getting attacked by that fucking gang in Greece, the Scorpions.
Oh, yeah.
Keep whipping my ass because they're like 40 years older than all the other kids. It's not fair.
I like how this guy acts like he's the only one that thinks a lot. Like, you know, a lot of people think a lot. It's actually sometimes it's not a good thing.
I mean, I do kind of feel bad. We have spoken a lot of negative about this guy, even though he hasn't done anything wrong, really. He just says douchey things.
Yeah.
But yeah, I haven't seen anyone comment on any of the stuff he says, like these quotes and stuff. I've seen some of these quotes, pieces of them, and other things, but I haven't heard anyone comment and be like, yeah, that's kind of a douchey thing to say.
It's almost like Jaden Smith hid the treasure.
Oh, my God, dude.
Oh, my God.
It is.
Fuck yeah, dude.
As he said what he would do if he has to go get it, what he would do with it.
I'm not sure.
Because I feel like, I mean, if he has to go get it, he should give it to something and not some Texan who fucking lost his job.
I know, dude.
He should give it to, I don't know, the
He's like,
Cleveland Browns.
I know exactly who to give it to. As soon as George W. Bush wasn't president anymore, he gave it to him. It's like, all right, thanks, Forrest Fenn. You really fucking, thank God we spent all this time trying to find it.
Yeah.
Alrighty, that's everything we have on Forrest Fenn's treasure. There is a lot more out there. Like I said, it's a giant rabbit hole. There's tons of shit discussing the clues and stuff. We just wanted to give like a general outline about what it is.
Yeah.
So is there anything you guys wanted to mention or talk about?
I'm just glad. I'm glad we didn't crack any Forrest Gump jokes.
Yeah, that would have been too much. That would have been childish.
I know. I think we took the high road on that one.
Ice cream. Lieutenant Dan, ice cream.
All right, brotheistas.
Ooh, yes.
It is time. You need to rate this podcast 5 stars wherever you can, iTunes especially, but anywhere would help. Leave us reviews, leave us ratings, get us out there. That way we rise in the list and we get more people to listen to us. That's a little way you can help the podcast. If you have any ideas on things we should cover, or you just want to let us know what you think about the podcast, check us out on social media. We're on Facebook and we're on Twitter, and you can email us at brotherscommonplace@gmail.com.
Oh, yeah, and everyone out there, if you leave us a 5-star review, we'll make you an honorary brother, and we'll give you a shout-out. And all the people that are in podcasts out there, all you podcasters, if you leave us a review, make sure you mention your podcast in there. We'll subscribe. We'll give you a 5-star right back, check you out, maybe give you a shout-out. Maybe we'll exchange pictures of our feet because we've been into that weird shit lately.
Yeah, we're definitely into that.
My whole drive over to Tim's house, I gave myself a foot job.
I was there. I was filming it.
Yeah, it was it was your feet.
Yeah.
So
You gave yourself a foot job with Tim's feet.
Yeah. He kept trying to move his feet on his own. I said, stop that, Tim. I'm doing it. And what the fuck are we talking about this episode? And but I'm sure Tim's going to mention it, but we did get someone to request us acting out one of the music videos.
Oh, yeah. I was going to definitely mention that.
I don't remember which one it was. It might have been Dilemma.
It was Dilemma. After Tooth and Kevin act out Dilemma, they're going to act out the Aunt Marge scene from the third Harry Potter movie. I want to know how they're going to do that.
That's just where she gets like blown up.
It
right?
is. Oh, yeah, it is.
Shit.
Yeah,
Fuck
so definitely request that because I would love to see how that's going to happen.
And the time after that, it's going to be the Large Marge scene.
Oh,
I don't even know what that is. What is it?
Tell them Large Marge sent you.
I don't know what
Pee-wee's
that is.
Big Adventure.
Oh, fuck. You ask like my really, really young self.
That movie, that part used to scare the fuck out of me.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. I think that's a good note to end it on. Are you good, Primo?
Absolutely.
All righty. Thank you, everyone, for listening. Be good. Stay safe.
Laugh at the dark stuff. Hashtag wild man.
Hashtag wild man. Hashtag wild woman.
Oh. Being PC.
Hashtag T-Bro Nutsack. Hashtag pretzel dog. Hashtag Miss Cleo.
Hashtag Wild America.
Yeah.
Jobs for those qualified in direct patient care are in demand, and Bryant and Stratton College will help make sure you are too. Bryant and Stratton College offers one-on-one learning experiences and provides you with the technical skills and professional contacts to connect you to a rewarding career. Classes for a variety of healthcare programs start soon, so contact us today at bryantstratton.edu. Bryant and Stratton College, for every and in life.
For important program information and disclosures, please visit our website at bryantstratton.edu/disclosures.
Let's say you just bought a house. Bad news is, you're one step closer to becoming your parents. You'll proudly mow the lawn. Ask if anybody noticed you mowed the lawn. Tell people to stay off the lawn. Compare it to your neighbor's lawn. And complain about having to mow the lawn again. Good news is, it's easy to bundle home and auto through Progressive and save on your car insurance, which, of course, will go right into the lawn. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Discount not available in all states or situations.